Lisa. Good morning, everybody. Things you should know. Let's see, Dining Club is the last Tuesday of the month. The sign-ups are out on the lanai, and if you have any questions, please see Pam Palmer, who's in the back there. No ladies' open meeting this week. They will be back on 6/12. Please look at the back of your bulletin for a full schedule, just a reminder. And then the last one is a big one. Be part of the Juneteenth celebration with UCOV. It'll be a vibrant day of culture, delicious food, and fun as we celebrate Juneteenth and support our communities. The Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Venice Social Justice Committee will have a table at the Juneteenth celebration June 21st, 11 to 7 at Cooper Street Rec Center, 650 Mary Street, Punta Gorda, and I have that address, so if anybody needs it, email me. This is a wonderful opportunity to honor this significant day in history. We'll be there to share information about UCOV and engage with people who stop by, but they need your help. Consider taking a 2-hour shift at the UCOV table. It'll be fun. It's an exciting way to interact with people. There'll be a sign-up sheet available here, or you can let Anna Dralius know what hours are good for you. This is kind of a big deal because we haven't done Juneteenth in Punta Gorda or Venice or Port Charlotte before. So we're trying to do it for the first time, and we really want to try to make it a success. So if you got the time, go out and support them, and if you really got the time, go out and work a shift. And I think that's all I got, so I'll turn it over.
How's that? Welcome. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Venice, affectionately known as UCOV. My name is Eileen Leepley, and I'm your worship associate for this morning's service. You are welcome here today. If your ancestors arrived on the Mayflower, or if you arrived on a plane this morning, UCOV welcomes all people who respectfully enter, regardless of their country of origin, their documentation status, their skin color, or their ethnicity. Love is the language spoken here, and all are welcome. If anyone is here for the first time, and if you feel comfortable doing so, please raise your hand, and Tom or Tony will bring you a microphone. And if you would tell us your name and where you're from, we'd love to welcome you.
Yes, okay, yes, I'm Steve Fry. I actually live in Port Charlotte, and I'm here the first time with a friend of mine who invited me. And it's fun to see everything going on here. I love the things you guys stand for. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for coming, braving the rain this morning. Now it's lovely, but there's usually a lot more people here. Anyone else? No? Looks like everyone's a friendly face. And if any of our good friends are leaving this week, please raise your hand so we can say goodbye until we meet again. Nancy? John and Katie? Oh, no. Who else? Anybody over here? Steve? All right.
We're leaving next week, but we won't be here next Sunday.
Okay. Jean?
I'm leaving for Michigan tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. And I feel bad about going. I want to stay down here, maybe someday.
Oh, we're going to miss all of you.
I'm leaving for Michigan as well, but by way of New York and Myrtle Beach and Pennsylvania. So it's one of those trips.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Nancy Jansen, and I'm leaving on Tuesday for Wisconsin.
Oh, we're going to miss you too. Is it on?
Turn the mic on. You turned it off. Yeah, so John Van Camp, Katie and I are leaving for Michigan, for the Lake Leelanau area of Michigan. And if you're in the area, we have a pontoon boat, and we love to invite you out for lunch on the pontoon boat. By the way, on the way there, we're going to see Ginny Chapelier. I'm going to spend the night with her in Louisville, so we'll bring greetings from UConn.
Oh.
When we come back, we hope to be moving into our new place at Jacaranda Trace.
Oh, nice.
Good morning. John and I are leaving on a fast plane Saturday because we're headed to the West Coast, where my daughter, so this is giving me a real marker where my age is. She's turning 50, my oldest child.
Oh.
And when her husband said, "What do you want for your birthday?" she said, "I want everybody to come to Vancouver. I've never been there."
Oh,
So that's our destination, and we will not be here the next Sunday. And I can't go further than that, but we'll be thinking of you, and I think eating lots of cake and ice cream and being around extended family.
Pat and I are leaving on Thursday, and we'll be back in October. We're heading for the Catskill Mountains of Lower New York State.
Yes.
And as some of you may have noticed, Belva and I spent the last 3 weeks on the road, but we are back and plan to stay for the whole summer. So there'll be somebody here. I don't have a key.
Wow, everybody, so many people are leaving. We're going to miss you all. And please, John and Katie, make sure you tell Ginny Chapelier that we are missing her and love her. Great. All right. Thanks, everybody. We are now entering sacred space, so please silence your electronic devices. I think it's windy. No. I'm going to have to use this one, which I really don't like to use, but. No. This one usually works for me, but not today. We can't do anything without a chalice. Everybody's going to do it. Thank you. Ooh, is that good? Oh, how many people does it take to light a chalice? We light our chalice and Memorial Day by Charles F. Flagg. In honor of those we have known and loved in the past, in recognition of the gifts and sacrifices they have made on our behalf, and in our sincere hopes that we may be worthy of their memory, we light our candles, we give our thanks, and we offer our prayers.
Well, good morning again. You know, whether you walked here or drove here through some winding roads or wandered in like you were hitchhiking a ride with Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel somewhere off the New Jersey Turnpike, I'm really glad that you found your way here to this little corner of the world this morning. Because the search for America isn't just a journey across state lines or through amber waves of grain or any other fancy language. It's a deeper spiritual pilgrimage, a longing for belonging, for justice and truth that doesn't always fit neatly into those flag pins or 4th of July parades. Today we honor the seekers, the ones who believe that patriotism isn't about conformity, but it's about compassion. The ones who know that loving your country can mean challenging it to live up to its promises. The ones who dare to dream that freedom and dignity and equality belong to everyone, not just a privileged few. And the ones who died to protect that freedom. Now, I know a lot of us have been told that to be a real American, you have to believe a certain way and vote a certain way and live a certain way. But there are as many ways to love this country as there are stars in the sky. We're not looking for a perfect America. We're looking for a better one together. So come as you are. Liberal, conservative, Hawaiian print shirts, flip-flops, open hearts, questions, doubts, and all. And let's look for America, not out of fear, but out of faith in what we might become. Welcome home, and let us worship here together. Now, having a slight masochistic streak, I decided we were going to try a new song this morning. How many of you have ever heard Pete Seeger do Gonna Lay Down My Sword and Shield? Some of you know this one? Okay, we're going to be brave and we're going to do Gonna Lay Down My Sword and Shield. We're going to do verses 1 and 3. And y'all are going to help me carry this now. Don't leave me singing alone up here. And the rest of you, it's easy to pick up. The song was originally an African-American song. And when you study something, you might be thinking about it or you might be doing it. So I ain't going to study war no more. I'm not going to get involved in war anymore. I'm tired of violence. That's what this song is about. So, all right, bear with me. Let's be brave. Stand as you are willing and able. We're going to do number 162, Going to Lay Down My Sword and Shield, verses 1 and 3.
By the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, lay down my sword and shield, down by the riverside, studying war no more. I ain't gonna study war
This is the time in our service when we do our offering, and as always, it's done with a joke because giving shouldn't hurt. Little Billy was a Unitarian Universalist kid who lived in a very conservative neighborhood and attended a private liberal school. He was always being teased by the other neighborhood kids for being a stupid UU who didn't know anything about anything and who was too good to go to school with them. Their favorite joke was to offer Billy his choice between a $1 bill and a $5 bill. Little Billy always took the single, and they laughed at him and ran away. One day, after Billy took the single one more time, a neighbor, a kind man, took him aside and said, "Honey, those boys are making fun of you. Don't you know that a $5 bill is worth more than a single?" Little Billy the UU grinned and said, "Look, buddy, if I took the 5, they'd stop doing it. I've made $200 so far. Now, personally, I'll take the 5, the single, or anything else you got." So the morning offering will now be given and gratefully received. Thank you, everyone, not just for these gifts, but for everything that you've done this week for the life and the work of our community. Because it's as a community of human hands and human hearts that we come together here to bear witness and minister to one another as we struggle with life's sorrows and celebrate life's joys. So if you've got a joy or a sorrow to share, please raise a hand, and Tony or Tom will bring you a microphone, and I'm going to light the first candle for my partner Nancy, who is still in the hospital. So fingers crossed, we'll go to rehab this week. Keep your fingers crossed for us.
Hi, good morning. I'm Cathay. I am the librarian for our library, and I have a joy that we have a new little free library thanks to Ruth and Dave and Ken's help. You'll see it out there. I haven't been able to get out there to take a look yet at the new one, but it has a new roof, and we'll get it registered on the Little Free Library organization, so we'll be on the map. And I just am so joyful for all of this, so all the support. We also have an ongoing volunteer. Laura is helping now. We could use one more, but this is joyful for the library.
I'm David. I have wanted to share about this for a while. But it's been tough. Back in February, I had to put my dog down. And it's been, I can't even hardly talk about it, but it's not until now that I'm able to share about it, and I won't really go into it. It's just been tough. And I had the best veterinary service you could imagine. They're wonderful people, and they really knew how to take care of me. And So after it was all over, I found out they had 8 people on staff there. And so I went and bought 8 roses, and I gave it to them. The 8th rose would be for the veterinarian's wife. And anyway, if you want to talk to me about a remarkable veterinary service, you can see me after the service, because I really recommend them. Thank you.
Hi, I'm, normally, it wouldn't be a joy not to be here on a Sunday, but next Sunday, we won't be here because we will be at a baby shower for our grandson, who we are looking forward to meeting in July. And we are going back to Wisconsin and Michigan. I forgot to mention that.
I just want to put a sorrow out there for a family, a friend of ours. Hang on a second. It's the Pecan family that's up in Virginia, and their daughter is not doing well. Her name is Amber Pecan. So please put your prayers out there for her. Thank you.
I'm Brad Howard, and I just have a brief story about Juneteenth to pitch for it. My wife and I, Dee, were visiting our kids in Portland, Oregon about 2 years ago, and our daughter was always looking for something interesting to do while we were back there. And we heard about a fair that was out in the country where they're going to have good food, music. So Dee and I went there not knowing what it was, and it was Juneteenth being celebrated. The abolition of slavery, time in history. We didn't even know what it was, and it was a wonderful experience. Food was great, but the booths that were there were most often put in by black people. And there were things that I learned that day that I'd never been exposed to before, good things that helped understand. And I think that if there's any way to go down there, given the few number of people we have, maybe we can go down in one car and carpool. So I'll be going, Dee will be going, and I really recommend it because it's a rare opportunity to learn more about black folks.
Hi, I'm Jean Barlow, and it's the first Sunday of the month. So today is Birthday Celebration Sunday. And I'm excited that we've got a lovely table out front with plenty of cake, and we'll have ice cream too. So bring your appetites after the service. And today we're honoring 6 people in particular who have birthdays in June. Marilyn Amick, Marilyn, is she here? Nope, not today, but happy birthday, Marilyn. Olga Hebert is actually traveling with her dog. I don't know if she's reached her destination, but she has a birthday. Richard Palmer, who's not with us, but I spoke with Pam, told her to please take a balloon, as all the birthday people will, as you leave back to Richard and tell him we're thinking about him. And Christine, will you stand? You look so beautiful today. And she's wearing poppies. I wanted you to know she's wearing poppies on her mask. In Flanders Field, the poppies grow. And her beautiful blue dress. And last but not least, we've already made the transition. Lisa has a birthday. So we're ready to do the thing. Happy birthday to you. Join us afterward, and happy birthday to everyone. Thank you for stepping in, Marianne.
May the love of this community hold all who need love and concern, and may the light of our community shine on the broken places of the world. May we never look away when we're needed, and may those who are grieving be comforted. May those who are tired find rest. May the broken places be healed, and may those who are filled with joy and laughter be abundant.
Our first reading is an excerpt from Let America Be America Again by Langston Hughes, who wrote this in 1935. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. Let it be the pioneer on the plain, seeking a home where he himself is free. America never was America to me. Let America be the dream the dreamers dreamed. Let it be that great, strong land of love, where never kings connive nor tyrants scheme, that any man be crushed by one above. It never was America to me. Oh, let my land be a land where liberty is crowned with no false patriotic wreath, but opportunity is real and life is free. Equality is in the air we breathe. The steel of freedom does not stain from those who live like leeches on the people's lives. We must take back our land again. America. Oh yes, I say it plain. America never was America to me. And yet I swear this oath, America will be. Out of the rack and ruin of our gangster death, the rape and rot of graft and stealth and lies, we, the people, must redeem the land, the mines, the plants, the rivers, the mountains, and the endless plain, all the stretch of these great green states, and make America again. Our meditation is Dying for a Cause by W.T. McHugh. William Butler Yeats described a world wherein the best lack all conviction, while the worst are passionate and intense. Using this as a marker, it is worth dying for any cause, as long as there is conviction. One may die in battle, defending freedom of the right to sustain an idea. One may also die while protecting others, be they family, friends, or strangers. However, the willingness to die should not be based on some universal notion of justice or passion, but on an individual response to what's right or necessary. I would die for any of the things that make life worth living: love, thought, honor, respect, and wonder. Holding these words in mind, please join me in 1 minute of silent thought, meditation, or prayer.
Spirit of life, Spirit of peace, Spirit that moves through memory and hope alike, we pause today with hearts full and heavy to remember those who have given their lives in military service, who laid down their dreams in the name of protecting this land and its people, and who made the ultimate sacrifice. We honor their courage not with easy words or tidy praise, but with a deep and humble gratitude for the weight they bore and the lives they left behind. Let's remember not only how they died, but how they lived. As sons and daughters, neighbors and friends, seekers of safety and duty, and sometimes of a better world that they never got a chance to see. And as we remember, may we also be brave enough to look clearly at the country they died for, to love it not blindly but boldly, to shape it into a place more worthy of their sacrifice. Let their memory be a call to justice, to compassion, and to peace. May we carry their legacy forward not with weapons, but with wisdom, and not with flags alone, but with fierce love for all who call this land home. In sorrow and in gratitude, in mourning and in hope, we remember them. Amen.
Our second reading is from America by Walt Whitman. America, I do not vaunt my love for you. I have what I have. This is the breath for America, because it is my breath. America isolated, yet embodying all. What is it, finally, except myself? These states, what are they except myself? It is not America who is so great. It is I who am great, or to be great. It is you up there, or anyone. All I love America for is contained in men and women like you. The American compact is altogether with individuals. Mother, with subtle sense severe, with the naked sword in your hand, I saw you at last refuse to treat but directly with individuals. Oh, I see flashing that this America is only you and me. Its Congress is you and me. The officers, capitals, are you and me. Its ample geography, the Sierras, the prairies, deserts, forests, are you and me. Its power, weapons, armies, ships, wars, peace, are you and me. Its inventions, science, schools, are you and me. Its crimes, lies, thefts, defections, are you and me. The perpetual arrival of immigrants are you and me. Freedom, language, poems, employments are you and me. Failures, successes, births, deaths are you and me. Natural and artificial are you and me. The north, south, east, west are you and me. Past, present, future are only you and me. Please rise in body or spirit and join in singing hymn number 170, Singing for Our Lives, verses 1, 2, and 4.
If we want to find America, we have to be the seekers of a nation that's not yet finished, and the lovers of a promise that's still unfolding, and the travelers on a road that bends toward justice but has a bunch of corkscrews to go till it gets there. I don't know how old I was when I first heard the song America by Simon and Garfunkel, and some of you may know it. But I remember the feeling. It has a gentle and wandering melody, this unmistakable sense of yearning, like you were standing out in the middle of a big open field or plain and could feel the wind pushing you forward. And there's a haunting line at the end, counting the cars on the New Jersey Turnpike. They've all come to look for America. It's a song about a journey. It's about hope wrapped in mystery and the quiet ache of searching for meaning, for belonging, for something as big and elusive as a country's soul. And isn't that what so many of us are still doing? Still coming to look for America, not just on road trips or through news cycles on Fox, but through conversations with neighbors, late night prayers and wishes, through protest signs, campaign work, Juneteenth meetings, through teaching children stories of who we were and who we might still be if we are brave enough. Together, we gather today for remembrance, for a time to honor those who died in the military service of this nation. And we hold that solemn memory alongside another truth that America, the idea of America, the America that they died for, is still being formed, still being found, still being made. We don't come here today to pretend that we've arrived. We gather to commit ourselves once again to the journey, to make sure that they didn't die for nothing. So what does it look like to look for America today? What does it mean to look for what seems to be hidden behind division and injustice and fear? What does it mean to be a patriot? Not in the flag-waving, truck-driving, MAGA hat-wearing, slogan-screaming sense, but in the deeper, quieter way of those who love a country enough to question it, to demand more of it, to care for it, to challenge it to be better. In the song, the narrator and his companion set out on a journey, and it's lovely. Let us be lovers, we'll marry our fortunes together. It's romantic and it's idealistic. You can just see these young people. They're on a Greyhound bus and they're winding through Pittsburgh. They're from Saginaw. They play games. They eat pie. They smoke their last cigarettes. It's ordinary. It's deeply human. But yet underneath it all, there's something spiritual happening. A pilgrimage, a quest, if you will. And there's an echo of the soul's hunger for connection and for truth. The singer says, "Kathy, I'm lost," I said, though I knew she was sleeping. I'm empty and I'm aching and I don't know why. That line gets me every time, empty and aching and I don't know why. We're not talking about a road trip anymore. That's the human condition. That's spiritual crisis. It's the cry of the seeker. And in that moment, this song becomes something more than nostalgia. It becomes a mirror for all of us who love this country, but who also grieve it, who believe in its potential and are heartbroken by its failures. It speaks to all of us who are capable of holding love and critique in the same hand. Memorial Day was just this past week, and it gives us a particular lens through which we see this searching. It's a time when we pause to honor those who served and died while serving in our military, people who signed up or were called up to defend an idea, to protect lives, but also to protect values. Sometimes in times of great clarity, other times in times of moral confusion, sometimes with full conviction, sometimes because they were too poor to do anything else, and so they went. We remember them and we mourn them and we honor the weight that they carried. And we ask ourselves, what kind of country are we building with the freedom that they preserved? Who gets to share in it? Who's still waiting to be included? Because if we're truly looking for America, we have to keep our eyes open and see the beauty and the brokenness at the same time. The idea that love of country requires critique is not new. The great theologian James Baldwin said, "I love America more than any country in the world. Exactly for this reason, I insist on the right to criticize her perpetually." And even before Baldwin, prophets and poets and patriots have carried the weight of dual vision, the ability to see what is and still dream of what might be. This is a religious stance, whether they want to admit it or not. It's the stance of a prophet. It's the stance of a reformer. It's the stance of those who believe that the moral arc does bend toward justice, as long as we're hanging on the end and pulling it that way. It's why we gather in communities like this one across this country. We're people who believe that the heart of religion is not obedience to some God, but transformation. It calls us to act. It calls us to show up. We believe that real love is never passive. It calls us to rebuild what is broken, not with certainty, but with hope. There's a long history of those who've looked for America and refused to settle for a narrow version of what it could be. Frederick Douglass in 1852 gave a speech called "What to the Slave is 4th of July?" You can almost see the aggravation just in the title. He reminded a young nation that independence was not yet universal. Sojourner Truth, who said simply and powerfully, "Ain't I a woman?" demanded that America include all of her children. Bayard Rustin, a gay black Quaker, organized marches for civil rights while advocating for nonviolence and deep systemic change. Harvey Milk, Dolores Huerta, Ida B. Wells, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the list goes on and on and on. People who loved their country deeply, enough to fight for its soul. And today, people of conscience and courage continue that legacy, marching for racial justice, speaking out for LGBTQ rights, fighting climate change, protecting the vote, demanding an end to war and gun violence. They are the ones who are still coming to look for America. But don't count out the quiet ones, the teachers who stay late to help a struggling student, the librarians who make the books accessible, the nurses who bring care to the vulnerable, the parents who read to their children, the grandparents who continue the legacy of a better and kinder world. This is patriotism. These acts are sacred. It's okay to grieve what we have lost, to grieve the soldiers that never came home, to grieve the dream that still feels unfinished and we wish it had been reached by now, to grieve the America that we were taught to believe in, the one we still hope to create, but grief is sacred too. It can be clarifying. It can be a form of love in the same way that we grieve a loved one, not because we've given up on love, but because love matters. We grieve for this country because it matters and we know it can be better. So don't confuse grief with despair. Despair says it is over. Grief says it mattered. And because it matters, we keep going, we keep walking, we keep dreaming. Simon and Garfunkel's song doesn't end with resolution, it ends with mystery, with a highway full of cars and people all around us also searching, even if they don't know it. They've all come to look for America. Maybe that's the most you line of all, a recognition that we are all seekers, that a spiritual path isn't about arriving, but about the journey and the companions, and that faith, real faith, isn't about certainty, but about direction. It's all about where we're going and who's in the car with us. And in that spirit, we walk forward together, not alone. We walk with ancestors who stood for liberty and justice, and we roll with those visionaries who are planting seeds of peace today. We run for the generations yet to come who deserve a nation more honest and more generous and more whole. But we keep moving forward. Let us remember. Let us honor. Let us grieve. Let us give thanks, but also let us dream. Let us keep looking for an America that includes the poor and the powerful, the native and the newcomer, the protester and the protector. Let's keep looking for an America where love isn't just a feeling, but a policy. An America where our children and our grandchildren and all the children can believe in it. Not because it's perfect, not because it has arrived, but because it's ours to shape. The flame we carry is older than this nation and wider than its borders, and yet it calls us still to justice and compassion and community. May we rise to meet that call. May we look with open hearts. May we find and make and remake the America that we long for. And when we sing, "My country, 'tis of thee," sweet land of liberty, may that liberty be real and true for all people, for all time. May it be so. Amen. As we go from this place, may we carry with us the courage to keep looking for America, not only as it is, but as it could be. May we walk with the memory of those who gave their lives in service, and with the living call to build a nation of liberty and justice and belonging for all. The flame here is gone, but our flame and our journey continue. Please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our closing hymn this morning, "America, My Country, 'Tis of Thee." May we reach a day when the words of that song are true. As we go forth from this place, may we carry with it the spirit of the seekers, those who look for America, not in perfection, but in the beauty of becoming. May we remember that to love a country is not to idolize it, but to roll up our sleeves and help it grow, to plant justice where there is sorrow, bridges where there are walls, truth where there is silence. Peace, Ashe, and may it be so.